now let's talk about this other game, um, Deadly Premonition 2, subtitle, A Blessing in Disguise. Now, is this is that subtitle ironically, or is it actually have a meaning within the game?
It's sort of kind of a blatant lie. Another purposeful jank. A piece of purposeful jank. Is anybody aware of the previous one?
Oh yeah, I'm aware of
Yeah.
it. I've never played it, but I'm aware of like the cult following around it, let's say.
And for those that haven't played the first one, it's a weird kind of sweary 65 game that's kind of sort of like weirdly translated Twin Peaks through a glass darkly. That doesn't make any sense. A janky Japanese Alan Wake, but it's a bit kaleidoscopic. There you go. And it's all of those things that are wrong with the first one make part of its charm in a weird way. It's kind of, it's not quite a room, which is kind of, you know, that kind of, oh, it's so awful, we love it sort of thing. There's enough things in the first one that are purposeful to counterbalance the things that are wrong with the first one.
Mm-hmm.
That really crazy, weird kind of off-kilter thing. So this is kind of, nobody thought this one was going to come out, and it's come out, and it's strange, this, because it's kind of, it's tried to do the things that kind of accidentally happened in the first one, the things that you can tell weren't intentional. It's tried to do that with this, and it's not quite worked as well. I haven't got far into it, and I'm not sure I'm going to get far into it for a while, because it's an absolute mess of a game at the moment. It falls apart so much. There's a lot of talk being said about the performance of this game. Like, you know, you're 10 FPS when you're outside, because it's like an open world investigative game. Inside, it runs fine. It runs perfectly fine. Inside, outside, it kind of, you'll hit 10 frames per second more often than not.
Yeah, when you're riding around your skateboard.
Yeah, because I lose the car because somebody steals your car at the beginning, so you ride around on a skateboard for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
I just think they couldn't be bothered to put a car in, to be honest with you. It was easy to probably put a skateboard in. But that's actually the least of its problems. The problems with this is, at the moment, and, you know, it's not like a day one patch has fixed this, so it's important to say now.
Yeah.
It's buggy as hell. Combat will just stop working until you do a hard reset. I mean, literally, just you can't run, you can't shoot. Parts of the HUD menu will disappear, so you can't select anything once they're gone. You can't interact with things sometimes; it just stops completely interacting. Not just I'll come back and go do a loop and come back. It's like they're all kind of, you have to completely reset the game to go through a lot of these. There's so many breaks in it. I've been caught on so many chairs and tables that I've had to completely restart from. It's not in a shape. It's not in a good shape at all. It's not. And
it's not charming like the first game was in its weirdness.
No, because it's kind of, they're very kind of straightforward going for those things that they kind of hit accidentally. The music is not as good either, which is massively important. You don't have the whistle theme. But yeah, it's kind of, this is very much kind of, even the original, with all of its jank, didn't release in a state like this. And it's, I'm kind of not happy about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because it's, despite the fact that it's also kind of a sort of a meme jank game, there's no excuse for it to be as bad as it is right now. That's really not cool, not on.
Yeah, well, it was kind of a shock to everyone that it was even coming.
Yeah.
Like, it just kind of got announced, and then, well, I guess it was probably a year since it's been announced. But, yeah, it was like one of those, what? How did this even get, like, picked up or funded or whatever? And I wonder if like that was a problem, like it was super low budget and they just didn't have the resources to finish it.
Well, the same company also put out the Origins, the Switch version of the first game, and that was in a bad shape when it came out as well. So I'm not sure if it's just because he's kind of like a helicopter over Swery over this. It's not actually him. He's got a company called Toybox making it. So whereas he had a lot more say with it through access games in the first one, this is kind of more detached from it. So I would suggest he doesn't really work with his company on more Deadly Premonition games, if there will be any, indeed.
Yeah.
Because this is not good. It's a shame.
Yeah, so. That's too bad. Yeah, well, we'll see if it gets patched, or I don't know if it might end up coming to another platform that can run it better. Like maybe it's this problem with the Switch, but you know, I mean, there's plenty of games that run fine on the Switch that are probably way more demanding than this game.
Yeah, I would completely look at it. I would say it's definitely not hardware. It's not a problem with hardware. It's too basic for it.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's kind of a bummer. So yeah, that wraps up Deadly Premonition 2, which is out on the Switch. And thank you for joining us on this very special episode of Voxel Viewpoint. If you'd like to hear or see more, please consider subscribing to us on your favorite podcast app, subscribing to us on YouTube, or visiting voxelvoice.com, where all of our great content comes together in one place. Also check out the Voxel Voice Facebook group, where you can join in on the discussion with a great, like-minded community.